Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back, or welcome for the first time. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I love makeup and playing with makeup, and I thought it'd be fun to just do a bougie little full face of the most expensive makeup products in my collection. Just because these were expensive, I should definitely get more use out of them. I don't really reach for things because of the price that they were. I just reach for whatever I'm like feeling in the moment. So it was kind of fun to go ahead and like put this whole face together and go through my entire collection, kind of shop my stash. And I really had to think about some things. Honestly, majority of this I got on sale. Almost none of it I paid for full price. Some of it I didn't even pay close to full price. So I would definitely keep that in mind before we put our judgy McJudgy pants on. I don't know, I thought it would be fun. It's a Friday, it's a chill day, and I just feel like beating my face, honestly. So let's just go ahead and start. If you guys like this video, let me know. Maybe I could like follow it up with like a full face of like the most affordable makeup in my collection, and we could do that next. But starting off with my base, I'm gonna go into the Pat McGrath Labs foundation. This bad boy is like this bad boy is $68. I bought this on a really good sale, but it is definitely the most expensive foundation I own. And then I'm gonna mix in the Auric Glow Lust in the shade Morganite because I'm feeling a little extra glowy base. And this is also definitely a bougie product. Technically, it's like a liquid highlighter, but sometimes I use it as a primer, sometimes I mix it in with things, sometimes I use it by itself. So this is $46.50. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a pump of each and just mix that on the back of my hand. Just gonna blend that in with my sponge, which is literally only $1. I don't have any regrets with the Pat McGrath foundation, even though it is a little bit more on the expensive side, and even though I do have foundations that are way less expensive that I still love. I don't mind that I splurged on it because I feel like it is really beautiful and I love it, and I love the way it looks on the skin. The only time it really bothers me, like splurging on something, is when I end up not liking it. Okay, so next for concealer, I had a little battle going on because I couldn't remember which one of these was more expensive, and honestly, it depends on how you look at it. So I have the Pat McGrath concealer in the shade L1, and this one is $34, and then I also have the NARS concealer in the shade Chantilly, which is $32, but I paid full price for this one, and I got this one on sale. So which one should I use? I don't know. I'm going to use the Pat McGrath just because I'm going with like the baseline price of everything. But I did want to also go ahead and just add a little bit of an under eye corrector first. This is the Becca Times Smashbox, technically, under eye brightener in the shade Fair Light. And this is a whopping $33. Which I know is expensive, but I've tried some of the dupes out there, and for me, this one is just worth the price because it takes a really long time to go through, and I feel like it looks really natural. There's definitely some dupes that I've tried where when you correct underneath the eyes, your concealer just ends up looking thick and clumpy and just not good. Like I said, let's go into this concealer, which honestly, I don't even remember how I feel about it. It was like in the very bottom of my concealer drawer, like hidden. I didn't even remember if I owned it or not, kind of vibes. I think it might be full coverage. I'm gonna go with just a little bit. I cannot remember. It's very brightening. I have this like little pimple here, which I wanna like spot conceal, but this is very bright. Okay, I did not calculate how much this concealer is. One second. I'm gonna grab the Rem Beauty Fair 6'9" concealer just to spot conceal because this is happening. I just don't want to put a concealer that's too bright right there. This is gonna be super close to my skin tone, so just gonna tap that in. This concealer is $24. All right, so let's just go ahead and blend this in. Definitely has some decent coverage. Looks super brightening. I've just been in this rut where I've been reaching for the same products all the time. I feel like I need to do shop my stashes again. I feel like that would be fun. I'm just trying to like balance my content and have not everything be focused on the new, even though I know that's what gets the views, that's what people like flock to. I just don't want that to be everything that my channel's about. So if you would like to see some shop my stashes, just let a hoe know. I feel like it looks good, but I'm not obsessed. But I don't know if it's because I'm using a sponge, and I've been like trying to experiment with using a sponge again because I've just been all about the brushes recently. I think it looks okay. It's fine. I think it's cute. So we have a powder. I don't really have any like bougie face powders. I was looking through all of them and nothing really stood out. The only thing that I can think of is my Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish eye powder, blurring under eye powder. This is what it looks like. It's the fair one, so it's like just basically a white shade. This powder is $33. And I mean, I don't even use powder that often, and that's probably why I've never like splurged on like a really fancy powder, but I do like to set my under eyes sometimes, so we'll just go ahead and use this. I don't have any more cream products for my face. I've noticed when I was looking through everything that I don't really have any more expensive like cream blushes, cream bronzers, cream highlighters, anything like that. Well, I mean, I guess I have this. I don't use it as a highlighter very often, but it made me think that it's probably because it's easier to splurge on a powder product because you know it's gonna last a really long time versus a cream product which goes bad a lot faster. So I wonder if I kind of did that intentionally, but like also at the same time not realizing that it was a pattern. So next for bronzer, I have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer in the shade Fair Pale. Mine is a little bit broken. I've repressed this so many times. I've hit pan in it like twice. I don't have any regrets on purchasing this bronzer because I've used it so much and it's genuinely like the best powder bronzer I've had for fair skin. So just gonna go ahead and do a light bronze with that. The only thing I don't love is just that it's pretty fragile. Like I said, it's broken multiple times and I'm just not comfortable traveling with it anymore or like even just bringing it outside the house because I do my makeup in the car a lot. Like I'm always running late and then I'm like, I'm a passenger princess. I am. I don't like to drive, so I'm always about doing my makeup in the car. But I don't take this ever. She lost her privileges to come in the car with me. So now for brows, I don't have anything super fancy, but I just went ahead and pulled out my Anastasia brow stuff. Honestly, I could do my brows with any old powder. It doesn't matter. But I do have this brow powder in the shade Taupe that I've been using for years, and she's kind of on her last legs, so I'm going to use that. It's literally a mixture of both shades because it used to be two separate shades and it broke. It's been repanned, all of that. And then I also have the Anastasia brow gel. So I believe the powder is $23. The gel is $22. It's interesting how fast things add up because I was like, oh, I don't have anything fancy for my brows. But then literally just two products. It's like, well, there's $45 right there. So much. I literally can't. My mirror is too far away. I can't see anything. I hate when it's in the screen, but I need it to be a little closer sometimes. I do not do brow gel every time, but I will say this brow gel really keeps things in place. I don't think that I have any high-end eyeshadow primers right now. I was looking through my collection. I don't really see anything. The only thing I could think of is maybe the P. Louise base, even though this is like for retail price, I think it's $13, but I'm pretty sure when I originally bought it that I had to pay for shipping and it was kind of expensive because it was international shipping. So that's the only thing I could think of. But I mean, I feel like that just goes to show you can have really amazing eyeshadow primers for great prices. My go-to right now is the Alter Ego one, and I saw that one last time I linked it. It was on sale for literally only $4. Okay, you guys know when it comes to palettes, that's when we're bringing out the big guns. So I actually pulled out two separate ones because I thought that maybe they could be cute together, and this is probably the bougiest eye look that I'll ever do. So I have the Natasha Denona 28 pan palette. I believe this one is called like the purple blue. And I got this in a Beautylicious Lucky Bag. If you were to just go ahead and purchase this palette today, it would be $239, which is ridiculous. But it is a beautiful, beautiful palette. I love the cool tones. The shimmers in here are so, so pretty. And then I also have the Pat McGrath palette. This is I think this is a Sublime Perfection palette, and these retail for $128. Again, I got mine on sale, but here's what she looks like. This is just a cool tone Dream, and I picked this one specifically, even though I know it's not like the most exciting Pat McGrath palette, but it is one that I reach for time and time again. I'm always using, I feel like it just has like staple shades for me, and that's what counted. So I don't know, I thought that maybe we could do something with these two together. I don't know if you can see both of them right there. Like, they're cute, right? Cute together. I think I'm gonna start off with this kind of like soft metallic pinky shade on my inner corner. I don't know why, but she's just calling to me. So we're gonna put her right here. And then I think I'm gonna blend it up into the crease a little bit, and maybe on the front of the lid too, a little bit too. I'm grabbing a blending brush and going into this matte shade right here, and I'm just gonna pop that through my crease. I feel like everybody always hypes up Pat McGrath's metallics and like her special shadows, but I really love her mattes. Like, I just think they blend so effortlessly. I mean, for this price, they better, but I feel like it's worth noting that they're very good. I kind of want to go into a little bit of this shade right here. It's such a pretty purple. I think I'm just going to apply that to my outer V just for a little bit of depth and just like a little pop of color. This palette is also several years old, and I feel like it's still blending really nicely. Okay, so for the lower lash line, I think I'm going to grab this shade right here. It's kind of like a taupey, purpley satin. Oops, I picked up a lot. Okay, I'm just taking a tiny little pencil brush, and I'm gonna throw that along pretty much the entire lower lash line. I thought it'd be cute to take one of the Pat McGrath special shades, this one right here, and I'm gonna pop that on the lower lash line. Just gonna pick it up with my pencil brush. We're gonna put it right here over top. Like just the blue little sparkles. I mean, obviously it's nowhere near as intense as if you were to put it all over the lid, but I kind of just wanted a little pop of that sparkly goodness. So I'm gonna go into this kind of purpley taupey gray first. Definitely more of a satin shade, but I'm just gonna pop that on the lid. She's cute. I think I'm gonna go back into that original pink shade that we used and just add a touch of that more on the front of the lid. And lastly, just to add a little something extra fun, since we're here, since we're using Pat McGrath, we're gonna go into this sparkly blue shade, just picking that up with the same brush, and I'm gonna pop that over the front. I'm only going in with a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see, just adds a touch of blue sparkle. I'm not using it heavily. I'm not using a glitter primer or anything like that. So this is a very soft, diffused way to use this shade. So I actually do have a bougie mascara, but it's because I got it in a Beautylish Lucky Bag. This is the Surratt Releve mascara, and this retails for $32. It's actually really nice, but I will not be repurchasing, unfortunately. It's just a little too much for me for a mascara, especially since it's something that you have to replace often. Just a few more things to finish off the face. For blush, I'm going to go into the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow blush. This is $40, and I might technically have some that are more expensive if you consider like face palettes, because I have some blush palettes from Pat McGrath. I have some Natasha Denona face palettes. Those might technically be more like all together, but I feel like for like one individual product, this is the most. But I absolutely love this blush, so again, no regrets. It has been a constant favorite since I've gotten it. I'm just obsessed with pink blush right now. Like, she's so cute. And then for highlighter, I feel like I have a lot of highlighters that are around like a similar price point, like somewhere in the $30 range. But I think the one that I have that's the most is the Natasha Denona Super Glow highlighter. I have the shade Fair, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% like confident, but it's okay. I really, really love this one to the point that I've actually repurchased it when I lost it, which was very sad, but here's what it looks like. It's just so stunning on the skin. I really like using it with a fluffy brush. It just adds the prettiest glow. So yeah, I feel like my bougiest lip products are from Lisa Eldridge. There's definitely a lot of lipsticks out there that are more expensive than this, but I feel like because I've bought so many of them and I don't really buy expensive lipstick often, that this just stood out to me. I do technically have some lipsticks from Pat McGrath that I got on sale, but I felt like I just wanted to do this combo. So I have the Velvet Affair lipstick here, which was $32.50 US dollars. I used the Google conversion, but I feel like when I bought it originally that it might have been even like closer to like $34 if I remember correctly. But this is a really beautiful like brownie nude shade. I don't know that it goes perfectly with the look that I'm doing right now, but that's fine. And then I also went ahead and pulled out the Velvet Affair gloss, which is $22.87. And then I have the Muse lip liner, which is also $22.87. Not the highest prices, but I felt like altogether it was a little moment. And I love Lisa Eldridge. I love her lip products. I'm just gonna go ahead and line my lips. The funny thing is that when I was looking for things, I actually pulled out my Wayne Goss lip liner because for some reason I thought it was more expensive than it is. And then I Googled it and it said only $14 and I was like, okay, let's look for something else. Now for the lipstick. And then lastly, let's just add a little gloss on top. Y'all. That's a lot. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to see if maybe we can try to do a similar look with super affordable products in my collection, just out of curiosity. But I will say that like everything on my face, I love, I'm happy with. I love the way my skin looks. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is radiant and beautiful. And like, I mean, I guess you could detect the makeup here, just like a tiny little bit. I feel like it just overall looks really good on the skin. The eyeshadow is blended so well. Even those matte shades that are starting to become hella old, blended super easy for me. So, I mean, that is a lot, but at least the products do what they need to do. And I'm really happy with their performance. So I would love to know if you guys enjoyed this video. If there's anything you want to see from me specifically, please feel free to leave it in the comments. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.